Hello everybody and welcome to my channel, and I think there is no better greeting for this video than to wish you a very merry Nerdmas. Today I'm going to be looking, today is Christmas Day, and I'm releasing two videos today just like I did last year. One a little more serious, or at least one is a normal reaction that is just a bonus for Christmas Day, and one is a bit more goofy. And in case you hadn't guessed, this is the goofy one. I'm going to be looking at VoicePlay's rendition of What Do You Get a Wookiee for Christmas When He Already Owns a Comb? If that title alone didn't get you interested, if you didn't already know this, I don't know what will. This is from Christmas in the Stars, which is a 1980 album that was released. I don't know how, given the nerd circles I move in, I've never heard this before, which is mind-blowing to me. I've never heard any of the songs off it, so I'm glad that I get to listen to something today, even if it is in a different medium. But this album is kind of rife with cool stuff. It's narrated by Anthony Daniels, who is C-3PO. The sound designer who created R2-D2's voice comes back and has done that on this, and I think has done a lot of the sound design for it. It features the first song recorded by John Bon Jovi, who at the time was going by his real name of John with an H, Bon Jovi, as a single word surname. Must have been 16 or 17 when he recorded this. 17 probably. And it's also, a lot of the music, if not all of the music, is written by Maury Yeston. And if that's not a name that's familiar to you, he's a multi-Tony Award-winning composer who has written shows like Titanic, Nine, Grand Hotel, Phantom, which was a different take on Phantom of the Opera, much less well-known, has some great music in it. Death Takes a Holiday, has a lot of great shows behind his name. I did not realize until I looked this up to make sure this was in fact from this album, because, again, haven't heard it, and I know there's a lot of crazy titles. I did not realize how much he'd written for this. So I'm kind of fascinated to sort of take in one of his compositions as well, because I really enjoy some of Yeston's work. Yeah, lots of very cool things related to this one. I don't know a lot more about it than that, because I haven't heard any of this music, so this is going to be a first. I thought about listening to it beforehand, especially given it's going to be fairly stylistic, I imagine. And then I decided, nope, I'm just going to go into this one completely blind, so we'll see what happens. I think that's about all I have to say, so welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. If it is, just so as you know the way I work, I'm going to watch the video straight through from beginning to end. I will be commenting and emoting over the top of it, and then I will go back, watch it a second time, and this time I will pause, interrupt, offer what commentary and analysis I feel I can based on what I've just seen, heard, and the knowledge of having seen it once before. That's how I work. Please do like the video, hit the subscribe button, hit the donation bell, notification bell, if you would like to be told more or less when I post on YouTube. And if you would care to make a donation, send me a little Christmas present, you can do so in a one-off fashion at buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts, or head over to patreon.com/DavidKReacts, where you can sign up for a single tier of $2 Canadian for those who would like to support on a more ongoing fashion. And you that will give you access to my Discord, and the one sort of perk beyond that that's available on that Discord is it's sort of your way of finding out slightly early what my release is going to be each day. I don't release the content there, but I do put the thumbnail up as soon as it's available, as soon as the video is loaded on YouTube and ready to go. So, if that interests you, that's a way of doing that. I think that's everything. So without any further delay, let's just jump in and check out VoicePlay singing What Can You Get a Wookiee for Christmas When He Already Owns a Comb? You can't say that name with a straight face, can you? Okay.
Said I've gotta know. Won't somebody
Okay.
help me? Please help me, 'cause I got this problem that I've got to solve. Won't somebody lend me your
not what I was expecting stylistically.
What can you get a Wookiee for Christmas when he already owns a comb? What can you get in a hurry for a furry kind of friend like that to take home? He'll never wear galoshes or a hat upon his furry dome. So what can you get a Wookiee for Christmas when he already owns a comb?
Lovely. Gorgeous intro.
What can you get a Wookiee for Christmas when he already owns a comb? What can you get in a hurry for a furry kind of friend like that to take home? He doesn't need
I don't know what I expected, but this is great.
doesn't use shaving foam. So what can you get a Wookiee for Christmas when he already owns a comb? Let's give him love and understanding, goodwill to men. Wrap it all up in bright colored ribbon, then we'll give it to him all over again. That's what you get a Wookiee for Christmas when he already owns a comb. When he already owns a
Amazing. That is so good.
Goodwill to men. Wrap it all up in bright colored ribbon, and we'll give it to him all over again. Oh, he's a Wookiee. He doesn't need a shame.
Yes.
What do you get him? What do you get him for Christmas?
This is so over the top. It's great.
Or a hat upon his furry dome. So what do you get a Wookiee for Christmas when he already owns a home? So that's what you get a Wookiee for Christmas
Yes.
when he already owns a car. When he owns a car.
Yes.
Wookiee.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching
That is
and
so
happy
good.
holidays. This is for you, buddy. We're all really excited for the release of Star Wars that we figured that we'd start handing presents out early.
Yes, Miss Arthur.
Line, please. Don't forget to check out our Patreon page where you can see our videos early and also get cool swag. Oh, and happy Hanukkah also. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave us a comment below to let us know what you think. Merry Christmas, buddy. May the Force be with you. Always.
Oh, I'm going to pause that because that's something I haven't seen. That's hilarious. I loved how many different vocal styles they were, or like musical genre styles they went through there. Actually, vocal styles too, technically. That's really funny. Excuse me, sorry, cough still lingering, yada yada. I cannot believe as soon as I'm done with this recording, I'm literally going to go upstairs and put on Christmas in the Stars and just listen to the whole thing through. I cannot believe I haven't heard this before. I don't know how much they're sticking to what's there. Does the Cantina Band song come in? I don't know. What's that even called? I realise I don't know the name of the piece. I know the band. The band is Figrin Dan and the Modal Nodes. but I don't know what the song's called, which is kind of lame. Pause, I'm going to find out. Okay, it's called Mad About Me. There is no way in a month of Sundays I would have known that was the name of that song. They have more music too, the modal nodes, incidentally. If you ever find yourself in Galaxy's Edge on Batuu, in one of the Disney properties, you can go to the cantina there, Ogre's Cantina, and DJ Rex, or DJ R3X, has a whole playlist. And there's a couple of modal nodes tunes on there, so if you happen to like their style, you can check out more of their stuff. I'm quite serious. His whole playlist was on Spotify at one point. I assume it's still there. But yeah, this is so charming. I mean, it's utterly goofy, but what else do you expect? It is also a fairly challenging question, you know. Yeah, other than a comb, what do you get? Let's go back and watch this again. This is so much fun. Exactly what I needed. I'm obviously recording this a few days ahead, and it's everything's always a little crazy in the lead up, and a good laugh is exactly what I needed. So here we go. What is that controller that he's holding? Like, what even is it? I don't know. I feel like I should recognize it, but I don't. Is it gaming peripheral? I honestly don't know. Somebody in the comments tell me what that is. Kudos to them also for sliding the right way. If you turn your card hard to the right, you will slide to the left. It doesn't always. People don't always get that right. I love the sound effect that's being created here. I'm not sure. I used to be able to make that kind of sound, and I can't remember how to do it anymore. No, I can't remember how to do it anymore. But I like that combination of a couple of sounds that they've used to kind of just create this. It's one of those small things. It's like they could have gone any which way with the sound of, presumably the Millennium Falcon. I just enjoy that they ended up here. It's a pleasing sound. I think it's all three of them, isn't it? I don't know why the spacebar. Last few videos, I just can't stop it with spacebar anymore. I love how concerned Jeff looks that Ellie just put the controls down. Everyone else just doesn't care. Jeff's like, what are you doing that for? That's great. Now that's interesting, because I'm not even quite sure what musical genre I would call that. Just a bit of close harmony music, I guess. But it doesn't feel like it's going to lead into that kind of almost gospel-y sound that we go into now. And I love how much it's going to intercut between different styles throughout all of this. Also, we have to talk costuming. One, these onesies are hilarious. Two, I love that it's 4 Wookiees and Han Solo. This is great.
Said I've gotta know. Won't somebody help me? Please help me. 'Cause I got a problem.
Love this riffing from Ellie too. It's this is such a great vehicle for Ellie, the beginning of this. And I feel like, and I might be wrong, I'd have to go back and look. I haven't sort of seen a video with this composition of the group for quite a while, but I feel like Ellie didn't always get, in the videos I have seen at least, didn't get centre stage as much. I think it tended to go a little bit more towards Earl and Jeff. I've definitely commented on him in the past, but I feel like this one really gives him a moment to have some fun. But yeah, love this riffing we're getting from him here.
Please help me, 'cause I got this problem that I've got to solve. Won't somebody lend me your ear? What can you get? a Wookiee for Christmas when...
I love this choice here. You have this rich harmony that's coming through, beautiful chords. You know, it feels like it's building and it's building and it's building, and then all we get is just, what can you get? And just voice and finger snaps, and that's it. And the drop back while we deliver that first line is so perfect.
What can you get? A Wookiee for Christmas when he already owns a comb.
I love that Jeff doesn't bring the comb up yet too. I don't know why, that just amuses me. Lovely harmony coming in again, just on the ooh. It's a great, like it's nice. We've kind of had that. It's almost like the vocal arrangement equivalent of a cold open, where you've had that full sound for a minute and then we've just pulled it right back, and it's just going to seep back in again throughout the beginning of the arrangement. I really, really like that.
Already owns a comb. Ooh, what can you...
Lane trying to eat the comb. I will miss a lot of stuff in this, I know I will. I will catch what I can, but my goodness, these videos, they pack full of nonsense.
Owns a comb. Ooh, what can you get in a hurry for a furry kind of friend like that to take home?
Sure, go ahead, Groom Ellie. That's going to get you a long way.
A friend like that to take home. He'll never...
And there we get our first sort of proper bass note. Like, I love how long it's taking. Like, they're taking their time. We're a minute into this song. We've had our big thing for, 30 seconds or so. And then we've pulled it back and we're drip feeding in each element. I love that. It gives us time to acclimatize to a sound, and then we extrapolate it a bit more. We make it a little richer. We make it a little broader. Lovely stuff.
take home. He'll never wear galoshes or a hat upon his furry dome.
I love this bass thing that Jeff's doing here. Is so simple. Two things particular I love about it: the bum, bum. That choice not to carry it through, but to have the first half of each chord with a bass note and the second half not. Lovely. You get the vocals coming and going as well, but the fact that the bass doesn't hold through is lovely. And then I love that we get it on the beat for the bum, 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 and then the dome comes in. It's just pushed, and it's such a small thing, but it just gives you a little extra something to listen to. It's just a nice little touch on how that's been written.
Or a hat upon his furry dome. So what can you get? A Wookiee for Christmas.
Ooh.
When
There is so much to love of what's going on here. I want to go back for a second, listen to the harmony, and then I'm going to come back to what Jeff's doing.
dome. So what can you get? A Wookiee for Christmas.
These harmony lines that we've got going on here, I love how much they come and go. It gives it... like, it never feels like they're really dropping out. It just feels like they're leaving space. But they've got this beautiful harmony going on between Earl and Tony, which is fantastic. And it's creating these really interesting chords. The one in particular...
What can you get? A dome. So
that chord on So, dome, predictable. So, not so much. It just adds a little extra... ooh, there's a little spice in that chord there. And then we peel back to where we expect to go.
what can you get? A Wookiee for Christmas.
Lovely jump too in the bass line. Wookiee for Christmas, or whatever the line is. Not 100% sure of the notes he's singing, but a lovely little jump up there. And it's nice because we've had that bass line, and then on the note that we're going to settle on for a second and hang on to, he's not as deep. He's allowing himself to move around a little bit, and I love this arrangement. Is so good.
Can you get? A a Wookiee for Christmas when he already owns a cone? What can
I love how it's great too, the visual here. You could just see Lane getting ready, you know it's coming. But lovely, again, that choice to drop all the way back out and just have Ellie's voice for the end of that.
for Christmas when he already owns a cone?
That's a really, really nice choice because we end this section with the same sort of solitary and calm, well-paced voice. He's not doing any real riffing at this point in time. It's just the melody line, and then we just switch it up, and that's great.
When he already owns a cone. What can you get a Wookiee for Christmas when he already owns a cone? What can you get in a hurry for a furry kind of friend like that to take home?
And now we get these first two lines of this with just the front row. Percussion, bass, melody. And so we've evolved, because the percussion is new, we've evolved the piece in a different way. We haven't gone back to the harmonies again. The harmonies are gone. They're out for those lines. But now we get a different kind of fuller sound because we've added in an element that wasn't there previously. That's lovely. Also, this is such a great melody too. Well done, Maury Yeston. I assume this is fairly straight in terms of the actual melody when it's not being riffed. I assume it's fairly straight to the original. I might be wrong. Again, haven't heard it yet. But it's really catchy, and it's really, really well written.
He doesn't need a tight clip and he doesn't use shaving foam. So what can you get a Wookiee for Christmas when he already owns a cone? Let's give him love.
That's so nice. I love that we have this. We have the sort of repetition by the harmony to the point where some of the words are drawn out, some of them are replaced entirely by R's, and then they lead into the bridge. It's not Ellie that does that. Let's give him. It comes from the two of them. And that's a really, really nice touch because it gives us, it's a different kind of lead-in. Again, it's a different sound. And this is really, really well done. It's annoying me that the me in the camera, also this is unrelated completely to the video, but it's annoying me that if I want to head bop along with them, I have to do it backwards because my image is mirrored. This is my right hand. But it's I mean, that's obvious to you, but to me here it's like I'm seeing it in reverse.
Wookiee for Christmas when he already owns a cone. Let's give him love and understanding. Goodwill's a man. Wrap it all up in bright colored ribbon, then we'll give it to him all over again. That's what.
This is just so joyous, isn't it? I think that's one of the things that's standing out to me about this. And it's partly the song and it's partly their arrangement, it's happy. You can't feel glum listening to this because it's just bouncy and happy. I love it.
Bright colored ribbon, then we'll give it to him all over again. That's what you get a Wookiee for Christmas when he already owns a cone.
I like that we've established this thing as well. You get this, that's what you get. A Wookiee, is the rhythm we get from that, the harmony line, and that's what it was in the previous verse as well. And I like it. It's established something that we come to expect, and has done so in a way. We emphasize the Wookiee, which is, of course, the comical word about all of this. Because we're talking, it's not like you're talking about what to get your mate. It's what to get your mate who's also a Wookiee and therefore has completely different requirements to you. He doesn't want a tie clip, he doesn't want a hat, he doesn't want this, etc., etc., etc. But I like that that's the word that they've emphasized underneath all of this. It works really nicely. And I like the fact they don't carry through with a Wookiee for Christmas. That it's just a Wookiee, It's a good choice, I like it.
That's what you get a Wookiee for Christmas when he already owns a cone. When he already owns a cone.
What just happened there? I mean, one, I love that repetition at the end, lovely.
When he already owns a comb.
Excuse you, Lane. Like, tonal dropping pop sound there. That's a really, really cool lead into the next section as we go into, what was it? Mad About Me? Sure.
When he already owns a comb.
The different expressions, my goodness. I love that this comes in at like quarter speed of what you'd actually expect. Really, really slow. Kind of got a bit more of an oompa feel to it almost. Really great choice because it fits in better with the song. If we came into that song at full speed, it might feel a little bit more jarring, but slowing it down instead, you know, we've gone from going to tempo A to faster tempo, instead from tempo A to slower tempo, and it somehow works really nicely. I love, you know, you close off the nasal cavity, all of a sudden you've got a very different style of resonance coming through. That's just, you know, that's how it works. But I love how clean the harmony still sounds. Like, it's very clear. They've changed the quality of their voices, sure, voice play, after all, but they've done so in a way that it doesn't detract from what they're doing. And because we know, you know, the modal nodes play instruments that are designed to sound a little unusual, I think they do actually have a legitimate band lineup. Let me just check that. Right, I found an entry here on CBC, actually, talking CBC Music, talking about the Star Wars music, specifically the Cantina Band. I will make a note probably here, but also in the description. I'll cite the source. But it says here, to perform the piece, Williams brought in 9 jazz musicians and included trumpet, saxophones, clarinet, a Fender Rhodes piano, a Caribbean steel drum, another drum, an ARP synthesizer for the bass, and various other percussion. To give it that alien quality, the bottom end of the sound was minimized with added reverb working to thin the instruments out even more. And that's why everything sounds, no pun to the saxophones, reedy in that band. It's been deliberately EQ'd and post-processed to give it a thinner quality, and so it doesn't sound like human instruments to our ear. It sounds a little bit more alien. It's really smart. Doesn't take a lot to do that. He's just put an odd combination of instruments together and then compressed the sound in interesting ways. It's great, and I like that they're playing with that here. I love how Lane is taking everything in this video in his stride, and Jeff is so disconcerted by everything. It's great. Okay, Lane's a tiny bit perturbed, but only a tiny bit. Oh, nice little touch there. The slide back up again. Da 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 da. Just there's something about it. Gives it a little bit of energy into the climb back up again. Small touch, but really nice. I love how they've harmonized and voiced this. This is really, really good. I've tried playing this on the piano, and it's a nightmarish piece of music. It's especially, you know, trying to play it at speed, of course. It's complicated. It's a lot of notes in very quick succession. I'm sure, you know, it's one of those things. I've never tried to learn it. I've just tried to play it, which is probably my mistake. But it's such, you know, one thing I learned from doing that is it's a richer harmony than you might think it is. And I really, really like how they've voiced it in this. It's sounding really good. Interesting. We get a little bit of super deep from Jeff, but it's quite subtle. Like it's not like, it's certainly not anything like as deep as he can go. But I like that it's just kind of a little bit more in the background. It's not trying to, you could easily try and flash this up and make it a bit more scene steely. And I like that they didn't. I think it works really well.
We'll give him love enough.
Just beautifully harmonized the whole way through that. And I think it's nice to take a song that's got quite an upbeat vein to it and then go into a breakdown that is so much slower. Not only is the pacing of the song slowed down momentarily, not the tempo, but the pacing, but it's also a markedly slower rendition of a piece of music that we expect at a certain speed. You hear the Cantina Band, you expect and that's not what we've got here. We've got the really slow version, and it fits beautifully. Really impressed with that. Also, Lane's killing it, just saying. Like, his work throughout all of this has been stellar so far, but I particularly love the beat he set up for that section.
Give him love and understanding, goodwill to man. Wrap it all up in bright colored ribbon, and we'll give it to him all over again.
I love that there's little things have just picked up a tiny bit. I think most of it is kind of similar to what we had before, but the percussion's a little busier, I think. It's certainly feeling, maybe that's just because we picked up speed, but it feels like it's busier than it was the first time around. Just giving us a little bit more push as we go towards the end of the song.
Bright colored ribbon, and we'll give it to him all over again. Love and understanding. Oh, he's a Wookiee. He doesn't need a shame.
Love that it just goes off the rails at this point. We just go into full-on breakdown. Like, there's barely any bass at all at this point in time. It's very, very kind of staccato when it is there. Ellie's going off somewhere. Earl's wailing up the top. Like, it's just for a moment it breaks apart. And it's so good.
Oh, he's a Wookiee. He doesn't need a shame. Wrap it all up in. What do you get him? What do you get him for Christmas?
Also, kudos to Tony, too, because he's got the boring part here, and yet he's holding it together really well.
He's a Wookiee. He doesn't need a shame.
Goodwill to man. Like, he's just singing single notes through lines here, maybe two. But he's holding that middle ground so well. And it's one of those parts that when you get given to sing it, you're like, oh god, I got the part that's just one note. But it's a cornerstone to the voicing of the piece. So you have to do that. Like, it needs to be there for their harmonies to work. And it's, they know that, I know. But it's one of those things. It's just like, I always want to show respect for the people who hold down the boring line.
What do you get him? What do you get him for Christmas? He doesn't wear galoshes or a hat up on his furry dome. So what do you get a Wookiee for Christmas when he already owns a home?
It's adorable. When he already owns a comb. Like, it's such a fun line. The melody of this is brilliant, and Ellie's just killing it. Like, he really, really is. This is such a good song for him.
Do you get a Wookiee for Christmas when he already owns a home? So that's what you get, a Wookiee for Christmas.
I love that we get great Wookiee speech, actually, there, Lane. And I love that we get that kind of Christmas, slightly, maybe not quite like the chord. It's going, you've got one of those kind of hanging moments where it's going to, there's a resolution coming and all that sort of thing. But I love that we get that note, and then we get this beautiful, really kind of barbershop ending to this.
When he already owns a car. When he owns a car. Wookiee.
I love the different takes on comb here. Tony's almost using it like a mirror, and then Wookiee's into it. Earl is just full on, this is a microphone, and then Jeff. Just gonna comb my fur. And Lane doesn't care, which, seems apt. Sorry, Lane, this scruffy hair suits you. Oh my goodness, that ending again, please.
Wookiee for Christmas. When he already owns a car.
I also like that choice too. It would have been easy there to sing that final line slow. There's probably a small practicality of also getting Ellie to that note so that they can do the slower part and he can hold it on and all that kind of stuff. But it would have been easy to do a sort of when he already owns a car kind of thing and really pull it back. And I love that they don't do that. They go straight back into tempo and only pull it back once Ellie has hit the final note.
When he already owns a car. When he owns a car. Wookiee.
I love that Lane has nothing to do through that final section, so he's just grinning away. Oh, that's adorable. That is so good. I tripped across that I don't even know how I came across it. I was just looking around their portfolio and I saw the word Wookiee and I was like, what? And that's how I came across this. Let's just have a quick glance because I feel like there's going to be something goofy. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, there was a much-loved Christmas special, lost to the ages but never forgotten. May the Force be with you always. Was this done in the Christmas special? I got the impression it was only on the CD, but maybe I'm wrong about that. Love that. Credits. Arrangement by Jeff Chewy Castellucci. Sound by Lane Laugh It Up Fuzzball Stein. Camera... Oh dear God. Camera by Tripod. Yes, Tripod, we got it. And video production by Stein. Just Stein. Great. So that's from 8 years ago, which makes sense, given the composition of the group. That is delightful on every level. I am so happy I tripped over that. That was exactly what I needed for the goofy video today. Love it. Thank you very much for joining me for this. I hope you enjoyed. The original's linked in the description. Go check it out, just without me waffling over the top, because my goodness, that's hilarious. And especially if you're still here at the end, I hope you got something out of this. Maybe a new perspective on something you hadn't heard before, or the song, or VoicePlay. If you've never seen VoicePlay before, my goodness, go check them out. They're wonderful. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like the video, hit the subscribe button, notification bell to decide how often YouTube pings you about my stuff. And if you would care to donate to support the channel, head over to either buymeacoffee.com/DavidKreacts or patreon.com/DavidKreacts. And anything you choose to donate would be very gratefully received. All goes in support of the channel and allowing me to keep doing this, but no pressure, of course. Thank you. These are bonus videos. There is going to be more stuff coming out for Holiday Month over the next week. Thank you very much for joining me for this. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you have an absolutely marvelous Christmas day if that is what you are celebrating. Happy holidays to any holiday that you are celebrating right now. And even if you're not, I hope that you manage to have a good time with friends, family, whoever happens to be around at the moment. I'm not sure what order these videos are coming out in. There's either another one coming out later today or there was one earlier today. Either way, I'm throwing things off my desk by accident. Either way, please do check them both out. I hope that you get a little entertainment out of these whenever you're watching them. Thank you so very much once again. Please have an absolutely wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, dinner time, third dinner time. It's Christmas, right? Isn't that... It's food? Always been one of the greatest components for me is food and the community that comes with it. So it's dinner time. Take care. Have an absolutely wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.